Mary Washington was a very strong woman. She had to work very hard to keep her children together, to keep the farm together. She also suffered from breast cancer. That is the disease that finally claimed her. In her community, she was known as being a woman of quality, very highly regarded. Would talk about George, but in a way that was not proud or haughty, but indicating that she was very pleased with what he had become. There are many things here in Fredericksburg named for Mary Washington, be it the university, the hospital. For anybody who comes through the doors, they will learn a story about inspiration, about motherhood, about family life during the 18th century, and what a determined woman she was. She would have gone to Kenmore regularly to go visit her daughter, Betty Lewis.
Betty Lewis is first and foremost George Washington's younger sister. They grew up together over at Ferry Farm, our sister property across the river. Later in life, she married Fielding Lewis, who was a very prominent local merchant and businessman. They set about building this house, Kenmore, which was to be their masterwork showplace of a party house. He died in 1781, shortly after the Battle of Yorktown that ended the American Revolution. She lived here for another 14 years. She managed to hold together a family of 5 small children, run the plantation, run the farm, run the business operation, all on her own. When you think of women like Betty Lewis and her mother, Mary Washington, they are the timeless story of America and of Fredericksburg. We seem to breed strong ladies around here, and they are both very good examples of that.
We're at the last home of Gari Melchers. He was a famous American painter, and he spent his last 16 years here. Mrs. Melchers was an artist herself when she met Gari. That's a love story that's really the basis of our whole story here at Belmont, because she was extremely supportive. It looks like she gave up her art. And if she did any painting, it was on the side and in a much quieter way. And after Gari is gone, then she resumes some painting and even exhibiting. So our guests will have an opportunity to see her handiwork here as well.
Clara Barton came to Fredericksburg 4 times. She was one of a number of women who came here to help. Her work and the work of other women like her gave care and comfort to literally hundreds, if not thousands, of Union soldiers wounded in the battles around Fredericksburg. Her most famous work was done in Chatham, where she kept really close records on her care of hundreds of men. For Clara, her most vivid experiences came here in this building. This was not her first, but among her early efforts to aid the wounded. Clara Barton took her wartime experiences and channeled that energy into what became the Red Cross, one of the transformative organizations really in the history of the world.